Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com, and today we're going to talk a little bit more about my opinion on how you manage cases that have black or blue dots in Invisalign. And if you don't know how to access your black and blue dots, it could be because your TMA is turned off. Go to your Invisalign dashboard, go up to TMA, make sure it's on. If there are black and blue dots, it should show up. So of course, anything that has a black dot or a blue dot, you want to hover over it and see what it says. It gives you a little message. It says like 1.4 millimeters of extrusion or 20 degrees tipping or something like that to the left or clockwise, or I don't know, something like that. If it says intrusion, I'm usually a little bit less concerned. That doesn't always mean it needs a massive attachment. Everything else gets a massive, chunky, honky attachment. Doesn't mean they're going to do it, but I'm going to put one on. I'm going to ask for it. So also in your mind, anytime you see a black dot, bing, 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 in your mind should be saying this is a super, super hard case. I'm not saying you can't do it. Black dots in growing kids, don't freak me out. Black dots in adults or anyone that's past the point of skeletal maturity, and you cannot know about skeletal maturity without asking a lot of questions and or taking a hand wrist x-ray if your patient is a teenager. So don't just assume that they're 13 and they're still growing. Don't just assume that they're 17 and they're not growing. You have to do the work. If you want to learn more about that, I have a ton of content about puberty, skeletal maturity within my channel. You can search by keyword. It's also covered in my phase 1 course, which you can get from straightsmilesolutions.com, and it is very affordable and comes with CE. So like I said, black dots in adults probably maybe won't happen. Black dots in teens, sure, no problem. Any day I can do them. Growing teens. But in your mind, a black dot means a lot of aligners. So if a case comes back and it's like 25 aligners with a black dot, I'm just going to start laughing. That is just absurd. I see these all the time. That is so not happening. Shame on you, Align Technology. And again, this is just my clinical opinion of 20 years of being an orthodontist. I know my stuff, okay? Every orthodontist knows their stuff. Ask any orthodontist. They're going to say the same thing. They're just going to laugh. So yeah, you can do really hard, amazing cases with Align Technology, 110%. And in many clinical situations, you can get a better outcome with Align Technology than you can with braces. Not all, but some specific clinical indications, you definitely can get better outcomes and you can get it quicker and healthier with less side effects. Hands down, I will say this, I'll say it on a commercial without getting paid. That is 100% true. On the flip side, there's some cases where you're going to get better outcomes faster or better outcomes overall with braces. So, there isn't a one size fits all approach, but again, black dots, long cases, year and a half, 2 years, bare minimum. Don't give me 25 aligners. Okay. So it should be a red flag to you if you see a black dot in your case and you see it anything less than 60 aligners, and even more if it's an adult. Otherwise, you refer that case out if you get a black dot. If you don't want to deal with it, refer it out. Black dot should mean goodbye, because you really should know what you're doing if you're going to have a black dot. Blue dot, you can take it. Obviously, I highly recommend you have an orthodontist help you out, a mentor. There's tons of us out here who does this. You want to get one where they're not doing the work for you, where you're actually learning from them and there's a why behind it and you can discuss it, because what's the point of having someone do the work if you're not learning from it, right? Plus, you want to make sure that you understand the process so you can explain it to the patient. Blue dot, somewhat hard, 40, 50, 60, somewhere in the neighborhood. Same thing, much more predictable in a growing kid or teen that's growing still. Semi-predictable in adult, but still is going to be a fair amount of aligners. So again, in a nutshell, use this as a guidepost. If you're seeing these and you're not seeing a lot of aligners, something's not matching up. I don't care if one of those engines is doing your plan, it should be a red flag to you, okay? And again, this is just my own clinical opinion. Just being in the industry for 20 years, I know my stuff. I know it works. I know it doesn't work. I can get a plan to work without refinements, if it's done right. So just learn from those. Okay, thanks.